Good day everyone, my name is Morgan Simonone and the topic is all about cone. Cone facts. It has a circle at one end and a point at the other end, and a curved side. It is not a polyhedron as it has a curved surface. Parts of a cone. We have apex and base. A cone is a rotated triangle. A cone can be made by rotating a triangle. The triangle is a right-angled triangle and it gets rotated around one of its two short sides. The side it rotates around is the axis of the cone. What is cone? A cone is a shape formed by using a set of line segments or the lines which connects a common point, called the apex or vertex, to all the points of a circular base which does not contain the apex. The distance from the vertex of the cone to the base is the height of the cone. The circular base has measured the value of a radius, and the length of the cone from apex to any point on the circumference of the base is the slant height. Based on these quantities, there are formulas derived for surface area and volume of the cone. In the figure, you will see the cone which is defined by its height, the radius of its base, and the slant height. Cone formula. Slant height, surface area of cone, and volume of cone. For the slant height of the cone, specifically right circular, is the distance from the vertex or apex to the point on the outer line of the circular base of the cone. The formula for slant height can be derived from the Pythagoras theorem. Slant, slant height is equal to 1 equal, close and open parenthesis, r squared plus h squared. Volume of the cone. We can write the volume of the cone, which has the radius of its circular base as r, height from the vertex to the base as h, and length of the edge of the cone is l. Volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h cubic units. Surface area of the cone. The surface area of a right circular cone is equal to the sum of its lateral surface area and surface area of the circular base. Therefore, the total surface area of the cone is pi lateral surface area plus pi surface area of the circular base. Our area is equal to pi r, close and open parenthesis, l plus r. We can put the value of slant height and calculate the area of the cone. Types of cone. We have right circular cone, a cone which has a circular base and the axis from the vertex of the cone towards the base passes through the center of the circular base. The vertex of the cone line just above the center of a circular base. The word right is used here because the axis forms a right angle with the base of the cone or is perpendicular to the base. This is the most common types of cones which are used in geometry. See the figure below, which is an example of a right circular cone. Oblique cone. A cone which has a circular base but the axis of the cone is not perpendicular with the base is called an oblique cone. The vertex of this cone is not located directly above the center of the circular base. Therefore, this cone looks like a slanted cone or tilted cone. Properties of cone. A cone has only one face, which is the circular base but no edges. A cone has only one apex or vertex point. The volume of the cone is 1/3 pi over r squared h. The total surface area of the cone is pi r, close and open parenthesis, l plus r. The slant height of the cone is, close and open parenthesis, r squared plus h squared. Example problem 1. Find the volume of the cone if radius is equal to 4 cm and height is equal to 7 cm. By the formula of volume of the cone, we get volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. Volume is equal to 1/3 times 22 over 7 times 42 times 7 is equal to 117.33 cubic centimeter. Problem 2. What is the total surface area of the cone with the radius 3 cm and the height 5 cm? By the formula of the surface area of the cone, we know area is equal to pi r close and open parenthesis, L plus R. Since slant height is equal to R squared plus H squared is equal to 32 plus 52 equal 9 plus 25 equal 34. Therefore, area pi times 3 close and open parenthesis 34 plus 3 equal to pi times 3 close and open parenthesis 5.83 plus 3 then equal pi times 3 close and open parenthesis 8.83 is equal to 83.22 centimeters squared. Hey everyone, my name is Morgan Simanguna and the topic is all about pyramid. Are you familiar with this picture? When we think of pyramids, we think of the great pyramids of Egypt. They are actually square pyramids because their base is a square. Pyramid. Pyramid is a three-dimensional shape. A pyramid has a polygonal base and flat triangular faces, which join at a common point called the apex. A pyramid is formed by connecting the bases to an apex. Each edge of the base is connected to the apex and forms the triangular face called the lateral face. If a pyramid has an n-sided base, then it has n plus 1 faces, n plus 1 vertices, and 2 n edges. Parts of pyramid, you have apex and base. Types of pyramid. Triangular pyramid. If the base of the pyramid is in the triangular shape base with three sides, then the pyramid is called the triangular pyramid. As the triangle has three sides, then the triangular pyramid has the following properties. Number of faces, equal 3 plus 1 equal 4. Number of vertices, 3 plus 1 equal 4. Number of edges, 2 times 3 equals 6. Square pyramid. If the base of the pyramid is in the shape of a square, base with four sides, then it's called a square pyramid. As the square has four sides, then the square pyramid has the following properties. Number of faces, 4 plus 1 equal 5. Number of vertices, 4 plus 1 equal 5. Number of edges, 2 times 4 equal 8. Pentagonal pyramid. If the base of the pyramid is in the shape of a pentagon base with 5 sides, then it's called the pentagonal pyramid. As the pentagon has 5 sides, then the pentagonal pyramid has the following properties. Number of faces, 5 plus 1 equals 6. Number of vertices, 5 plus 1 equals 6. Number of edges, 2 times 5 equals 10. Right pyramid versus oblique pyramid. Right pyramid, the apex of this pyramid is exactly over the middle of the base. Oblique pyramid, the apex of this pyramid is not exactly over the middle of its base. Regular versus irregular pyramid. To distinguish between regular and irregular pyramid, you need to consider the shape of the base. If the base of a polygon is regular, it is labeled as regular pyramid, else it is considered as irregular pyramid. The figure given below illustrates the regular pyramid and an irregular pyramid. Pyramid formulas. For the volume of a pyramid, 1/3 times base area times height. For the surface area of a pyramid, when all sides faces are the same, base area plus 1/2 times perimeter times slant length. When side faces are different, base area plus lateral area. Notes on surface area. The surface area has two parts, the area of the base and the area of the side faces. For base area, it depends on the shape. There are different formulas for triangular, square, etc. For lateral area, when all side faces are the same, multiply the perimeter by the slant length and divide by 2. This is because the side faces are always triangles and the triangle formula is base times height divided by 2. But when the side faces are different, such as in regular pyramid, we must add up the area of each triangle to find the total lateral area. Example problem 1. Find the volume of the square pyramid if its base area is 56 cm squared and its height is 9 cm. The base area of this square pyramid is equal to 56 cm squared and the height is 9 cm. Thus, the volume of the square pyramid is equal to 1/3 times base area times height cubic units. Now, substitute the values in the formula. We get the volume of a square pyramid is equal to 1/3 times 56 times 9. Volume equal to 56 times 3, then we can get 168 centimeter to the third power. Hence, the volume of the square pyramid is 168 cm to the third power. Example problem 2. Find the total surface area of the square pyramid if each side of the base measures 16 cm and the slant height is 17 cm and the altitude is 15 cm. As the base is a square, the perimeter of the base is 4 times 16. Perimeter is equal to 4 times 16 is 64 cm. The area of the base is equal to 8 squared. Then 162 squared is equal to 56 cm squared. We know that the total surface area of the square pyramid is 1/2 pi plus b square units. Substituting the values in the given formula, we can get the total surface area of the square pyramid is equal to 1/2 times 64 times 17 plus 256. 544 plus 256 is equal to the total surface area is 800 cm squared. Hence, the total surface area of a square pyramid is 800 cm squared.
Good day everyone, I am Kizume Manaloto and for today's video, we will discuss about three-dimensional figures and their properties, which is prism, cylinder, pyramid, and cone, together with my mate Morgan Mangunan. So our topic for today is all about three-dimensional figures and their properties. So on this video, the student or we is able to classify three-dimensional figures and their properties. What is prism? A prism is a polyhedron with two polygonal faces lying in parallel planes and with the other faces. It is the combination of the flat faces, identical bases, and equal cross sections. Types of prism. First is regular prism, a prism with bases that are regular polygons. Next is irregular prism. Irregular prism is one for which the base faces are not regular polygons. Next is right prism, a prism in which the joining edges and faces are perpendicular to the base faces. Next is oblique prism, a prism in which the joining edges and faces are not perpendicular to the base faces. So let's proceed on the surface area of a prism. The surface area of the prism is the total area covered by the faces of the prism. Take a look at the screen. Ito yung figure ng prism. This is the height, this is the area of base, and the perimeter of base. This is what we call the triangular prism. For any kind of prism, the surface area can be found using the formula surface of area of a prism equals 2 times base area plus base perimeter times height. Let's proceed on volume of a prism. The volume of prism is defined as the product of the base area and the prism. For example, if you want to find the value of a square prism, you must know the area of a square. Then its volume can be calculated as follows. The volume of prism equals base area times the height, where S is the side of square. So let's take an example of volume of a prism. Sample number 1. Find the volume of a triangular prism whose area is 60 cm square and height is 7 cm. So the given is base area is equal to 60 cm square, height equals 7 cm. We know that the volume of a prism, base area times height cubic units. Therefore, volume of a prism equals 60, which is the base area, times the height, which is 7 cm. Hence, the volume of a triangular prism is equal to 420 cm cube. So let's take another example. Find the height of the square prism whose volume is 360 cm cube and the base area is 60 cm square. So ang hinahanap dito is height. The volume of a square prism is equals to 360 cm cube and the base area is 60 cm square. Therefore, the height of the square prism is calculated as follows. Height equals volume of prism is divided to the base area. Therefore, the height equals 360 divided by 60. Prism height is 6 cm. So let's proceed now on cylinder. So what is cylinder? A cylinder is a three-dimensional solid contains two parallel bases connected by a curved surface. The bases are usually circular in shape. The perpendicular distance between the bases is denoted as the height or h of the cylinder and r is the radius of the cylinder. So this is the figure of a cylinder and the formula of how to get the volume of the cylinder. Volume is equal to base area times height equals pi r raised to 2 times h. H is the height. Cylinder properties. The base of the cylinders are always congruent and parallel to each other. Right cylinder is a cylinder whose side is perpendicular to the base. Oblique cylinder. A cylinder where the two ends are not directly aligned on each other. It also known as the slanted cylinder. Next is right circular cylinder. A cylinder that has a closed circular surface having two parallel bases on both the ends and whose elements are perpendicular to its bases. Next is elliptical cylinder. A cylinder with an elliptical cross-section and a quadratic ruled surface. So let's take an example how to find the volume of the cylinder. Find the volume of the cylinder with the radius of 5 cm and height is 7 cm. So the given is radius is 5 cm, the height is 7 cm. So ang gagamitin nating formula is the volume equals base area times height equals pi r raised to 2 times h. Alam naman nating lahat na ang value ng symbol na to is 3.14. To get the volume of the cylinder, let's multiply the value of pi and the given number of radius and the height. So V equals 3.14 times 5 square times 7 is equal to 549.5 or 550 cm cube.